Right, this is a Dragon's Lair custom arcade cabinet. This is a 32-inch bar top with our 11TB setup. This unit has a Ryzen 5 CPU, 16 gig of DDR4 RAM, 120 gig SSD with an RTX 2060 graphics card. This unit comes with 2 official Sanwa sticks and 2 Xbox 360 controllers with a wireless keyboard and mouse. It also has a Wii controller setup. This unit also has 2 custom SHAR-KADE dust covers themed to Dragon's Lair, 2 custom speaker grills. These are dual layered also with the sound activated RGB LEDs in the background there. And we also have the 120mm custom fan grill. Now with our 11TB setups, we have the 340 plus standard systems you get on the 8TB plus the PC Games Plus drive. So you've got games like Afro Samurai 3, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Bionic Commando, Darksiders Genesis Control, Darksiders 3, Dead or Alive 6, Devil May Cry 5, Far Cry 4, 5, New Dawn Primal, Gears 5, Homefront, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, Metro, Exodus, Need for Speed Heat, Rambo the video game, and the customers asked us to add a couple of Steam games on there. Stuff I already had on and just one main game I had to add. So we have the Resident Evil 3 game. This is a remake version. Highly recommend going out and buying the game and playing it if you've got a PC capable of running the game. It's absolutely amazing. I've played it, or I've completed it over 10 times. It's got loads of replay value. I wish it had a bit more unlocks to unlock on the game, but extremely good. I prefer it than the Resident Evil 2 remake game. So that's really cool. Then we'll have the Resident Evil 7 also on there. The customer asked for the full Steam game as well, so we'll just go ahead and select that game. I've set up the internet connection on this unit, so hopefully it should automatically log into Steam and then load the game. So I'll not play the whole game. I'll go into the gameplay. I will just show that the game loads. So when the customer gets a machine, they'll give me a call and I will talk them through how to enable the internet connection, so then their Steam games should load direct into. Go down to Resident Evil 7. That's another Steam version of the game.
Loading.
You should see a little notification, I believe, on the bottom right hand side showing that it's Steam. And the same with this unit. I'll not go into the gameplay. I've done so many gameplay videos, it takes us so long, and if the video messes up, I've got to re-record the whole thing again. So also with these games you can get DLC for them, so I would recommend exiting out of Hyperspain and then downloading a DLC through Steam and then running Hyperspin again. So that's it really for the Dragon's Lair unit. We've got some really cool artwork on the sides there, some really nice HD vibrant artwork there of Dragon's Lair, and then we've got a cool marquee there with a Daphne logo in the center, and then some really nice control panel artwork. Along the sides here we have a fade in and fade out, red, orange to yellow to orange again, all around the surround. And then on the front we'll have like the gold from Dragon's Lair, all the gold and that on there. and it looks really smart on the right hand side. It's just a mirror of the left hand side, so that really nice high definition artwork. And then across the back here, if I dodge all the wiring, we have the Dragon's Lair custom grills there with the nice gold effect there, and a nice image on the back there in that custom grill. Really cool looking machine. We'll have the HDMI output on there as well on the back with that extra USB port. So that's it, like I say, for this machine. There's a little project I'm working on, so I'll just turn that down. I'll shut it down. So you go back again, and then you would hit exit, and that would shut down the whole system. There, didn't hit it correctly. Right, so that machine will shut down. I've been working on a little project. I've ordered a micro PC, and what this is going to go into, hopefully I'm going to be able to fit it in some arcade sticks. So a nice set of custom arcade sticks I'm going to make up. I'm going to have a fully self-contained Hyperspin mini PC in there. This PC seems to run extremely well. It does get a little warm when it's turned over the right way, because there's some grills there and the airflow is restricted. So I'll make a custom mount for this with some extra fans on there to keep the system cool. But this has I believe an i3 core processor. I've checked the specs on the processor, and it's slightly faster than the Ryzen 3, I believe. And then it has 16 gig of DDR4 RAM. It also has a dedicated GTX 1050 Ti in this, but it seems to game extremely well on that Ti, and it has that 256 gig M.2 SSD. But I think you can get the 1060 or the 1660. I'm not too sure of the GPUs, but I could also possibly mount a more powerful power supply to this and then run a higher end GPU. So we've got Hyperspin loaded on here. We'll have a nice 8TB hard drive there. I'll also have a custom mount for that hard drive inside the arcade sticks. We've currently got loaded on Mortal Kombat 11 there. We have got it at quite high settings, but the resolution I've had to just knock down slightly lower, not too much that it causes any issues or it looks poor, sorry. In other words, it looks terrible, but it games really well for MK11. I cannot really play one-handed Mortal Kombat, but as you can see, we should be getting a nice 60 FPS from this. And then if we just quit that, go down to the main menu, and then I'll show off Tekken 7. Tekken 7 runs extremely well on this machine. Just go back, quit game, and then I'll bring we back to the Hyperspin menu. We've got no sound on this monitor at the moment because it is running through DVI, but this unit comes with Wi-Fi, comes with tons of USB ports, comes with about 4 HDMI ports. I think 2 of them are on board HDMI ports, and then we'll have a display port connector as well on that graphics card. So if we just head over to PC games, no, PC fighting games, sorry. So for emulation, this machine's absolutely perfect. For the higher end games, like I say, it can run a little bit warm on them higher end games, but once I've installed a new CPU fan into this, a bit better one, and then a custom cooling mount, it should keep the temperatures down while keeping the performance up. I have run Far Cry 5 on this. I've got a nice stable 50-60 frames a second, but that was all at max settings, so I believe I can turn down the settings on it, turn down the graphic settings, and then should be getting a good 60 to 70 FPS stable. So like I say, it's really good machine. It wouldn't be replacing me Hyperspin arcades, but it's definitely a really small form factor PC. I mean, this is nearly the half of the size of a 24-inch monitor. I mean, it could be mounted straight to the back of the monitor if it wished. Really compact looking machine. I could possibly add an extra power supply, a bit more larger power supply, and run a higher end GPU from there. I believe these are only 190 something watts power supplies that come with them. So let's load into Tekken 7 there. Go down to arcade, select, and then just select the character there. So yeah, the idea of this was just solely to build a full dedicated custom arcade stick that will plug direct into the TV. None of these Pi arcade stick builds. Full gaming Hyperspin arcade stick with a HDMI output, or it could be DisplayPort output for a higher resolution screen. And I don't know if my camera's capturing it properly there, but it may look laggy on the camera, but I can tell you now that looks smooth as hell on there, extremely smooth. Trying to play one-handed, it's difficult. Still winning. So that's it. Like I say, extremely cool little PC. It works around the same price as all the parts inside, all the main parts of motherboard, etc. I think it's maybe slightly cheaper, but for the performance and everything else, you're looking at about 400-500 quid. That'll knock you back. And I mean, I was extremely surprised I played Tekken 7. I know I had to knock down the graphic settings just slightly, the resolution down slightly, but it is playable. You're getting a solid 60 frames per second on there. I'll run a quick benchmark. If I just move up to Mortal Kombat 11 again, load that up. May take a few moments to load. Like I say, I'm really impressed with this small unit, and I will create something custom for it. A lot of it looks custom mounting inside it already, so there's not a lot I'd have to change. Maybe some extra standoffs, these long standoffs inside. A piece of acrylic with some fans just exhausting in and blowing out. The idea is to blow air into it and then hopefully exhaust them out the sides. But like I say, it all depends on the position of the arcade sticks and where the parts and wiring and everything else is going to go. So we'll just click on the A button there, and we'll go along to graphics. And as you can see, the texture quality is a little low on there. Everything else is high, and the resolution is actually on 1080p. So just run a benchmark there. So we've had to run the texture levels on low, but everything else is on high. and if I remember correctly, we're getting a 58 FPS. It looks 58, 59, but that can be tweaked to be a solid 60, but that isn't dropping lower than that. As it starts off, it does usually start lower. It does on my PC, my main PC. This game, the benchmarks start on a lower FPS and then it boosts up, so minimum would be the lowest it drops to, then max is 60 and the average is 59, and it sort of locks in that 59 position. So I would say that's extremely good for a little small form factor PC. That game's more than enough playable. That's more than playable. So yeah, like, share, subscribe to the videos. Let us know what you think of this little mini PC idea I've got, and also let us know what you think of this Daphne custom arcade, this Dragon's Lair custom arcade. I'm going to try and get this wrapped up and shipped off ASAP to the customer. So like, share, subscribe. I'll see you later. Bye.